Going on, true believers? It's your man Keanu Believes. Today, Bitcoin took a little bit of a dive, but don't worry about it. Ethereum, it came down along with it. Cardano hit a massive roadblock that's not even real. And Solana is still moving strong, even though analysts say it's way above its channel and is due for a massive dip. But that didn't even happen, even when they said it was going to happen. You know why? Because they don't know shit. But I do. This is not financial advice, but I am always right. All right, guys, let's get after it. Sorry I took a few days off, but it was a holiday. CoinGecko has the market trading at $2.374 trillion, which is down 2.9% over the weekend. And during the weekend and through a holiday, the market really spiked, and the 24-hour volume is at $186 billion, which means a lot of good things. However, a lot of the people are talking about what happened, why did everything go red all of a sudden, and the answer was very simple. Even though we're trying to make this break away from Bitcoin, where Bitcoin goes, everybody else goes. And you know what there was at $53,000? There was a massive long sell-off. These liquidations were massive. They've been sitting there for a long period of time, and they are just a part of the crypto market. There are a lot of people that set their sights on $53,000. There were a lot that set at $52,500, but if you notice, it got eaten up right away. Then when we got to 53,000, it really got crazy, and now we're in a correction down to 51,000. Now, fear not, we were at 50,900 for Friday. So in the course of a couple days, we're still up over what we were before. Ethereum, on the other hand, Ethereum took a dive from 3,900 down to 3,755. Cardano, which is getting an amazing amount of pushback from the experts, and guess what? All of the experts happen to be in Ethereum for some reason. I don't know why that is. Anyway, the experts of Ethereum are lying to you because Cardano is a threat. People from Ethereum who don't program correctly, who start to go over to Cardano to make things the way they want them to be, are finding out very quickly that they need to get their shit together because they're not doing it right, because they are not like me, the best in the world. Special thanks to CM Punk. Also, Solana. Guys, I don't know what to tell you about Solana. Solana, which is another blockchain. It moved into the top 10. It just surpassed Dogecoin, which took another dive as soon as Bitcoin did. Solana has not felt that at all. Solana is continuing to move. So it is above the market channels by a lot, which means that it cannot sustain its price for very long. So if you got in, if you didn't get in, be afraid, be very afraid. Moving on. All right, guys, let's cover Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin becomes legal tender with an unfriendly welcome by Apple and Google. Now, that's what it says, but that's not really what happened. Bitcoin has now become a legal tender in El Salvador, and with it will come a ton of FUD, the nation's president, Nayib Bukele, warned. However, this is what he said originally, and then pointed out that the government brokers had bought 400 Bitcoin so far. Then he said, in order to distribute it to the wallet, which will only be a Shiba wallet, he is intending to hand it out to everybody in the country. However, Apple, Huawei, and Google have not yet released the Shiba wallet. He is saying that they are trying to FUD and that they are trying to hold his government hostage, but it hasn't been security approved yet. And do you know why? I don't, but they do. And the odds are that it was programmed in a way that was insecure and needs to have some corrections made. Now, of course, the government, who is trying to gain sympathy from everybody in the world is trying to do this. So guys, don't take this the wrong way, because all they're trying to do is make sure that it's a safe wallet. And I'm not a defender of Apple, I'm not a defender of Google, but I do believe that you should have security, and one of the things that they will do is make sure that your app is secure before they let it go to your phone. So once it's secured, it will go to your phone if you're from El Salvador, and if you watch, appreciate you. But it's not going to take very long. So let's move on here. Liquidation spike as crypto market corrects. Now, at $53,000, there was a massive sell-off of Bitcoin, and it got derivative traders going crazy. Because why? Because they tried to bundle Bitcoin with everything else that they're doing in their positions, and really that's a good thing. That's exactly what you want to see. That's exactly how this market will start to move up the charts. But guys, these are the same people who 3 months ago sent you into a spiral of depression. So nobody really cares what these traders want or need or desire. So hey guys, get in or get out and quit crying. Lastly, according to the data from the same site, nearly half of all the liquidation seen in the last hours came from the Bybit derivative exchange, followed by Binance with 30% of the liquidations out of all the assets traded. Ethereum was the worst hit in the past hour, with nearly USD 35 million liquidated during the hour. So let's talk about Ethereum for just a second. Moving on. All right, guys, Ethereum decouples from Bitcoin with use cases and competition in focus. But guess what? As soon as Bitcoin went down, do you know what happened to Ethereum? That decoupling is not complete yet. Following a period of consolidation in August, the price of Ethereum has seen a sharp rise in the market since the end of the month, outperforming Bitcoin. Much of the rise, and that's, by the way, phase 2 of the 4 phases to get you to meme coin season. Much of the rise is attributed to an increased interest in crypto use cases rather than the pure store of value, with less price correlation between crypto assets between a likely result. However, Ethereum is also facing increasing competition. Ethereum has priced the normal investor out of the market. So what are you seeing? You're seeing people move to alternatives. And that's where we're going to get into what's going on with Cardano and what's going on with Solana. Illustrating the increasing use cases for Ethereum, he pointed to data showing that Ethereum's on-flows in 2021 have been between a large and diverse set of use cases. Among these is a growing share called unnamed services, which chain analysts said refers to merchants for goods and services that are so new they haven't been properly categorized yet. And guys, part of that is the meme coin market, because they're creating use cases for purchase power with places like Shopping.io, Bitcart. They're being used for the purchase of NFTs. Like, it's starting to get crazy, and there's no category for it yet, but the category is going to be coming. So good things are happening with Ethereum, but good things are not going to happen with Ethereum until Ethereum fixes its problem with proof of work versus proof of stake, and that's not going to happen for another 6 months. So you're going to continue to see an inordinate amount of fees, and it's very easy right now in this market when Bitcoin takes a little dive for Ethereum to take a dive, because people are getting upset. If you look at the trade volumes on some of your product, you're not going to see a whole lot of trade volume, and that's crazy, because there's a lot of money to be made, but you can't make it when you're giving it all to the Ethereum blockchain. And I had somebody make a comment on YouTube the other day, what are you talking about, bro? The miners aren't getting rich, all that Ethereum is getting burnt. Bro, read a white paper. A portion of it is getting burnt. And just so you understand, Ethereum is still inflationary, which means there are more Ethereum today than there were at the London fork launch. And every day it goes up. That deflationary percentage right now averages out to about 36%. So you're still seeing a massive growth in the number of Ethereum that are on the market. You're just not seeing as much as there were before. When we get to POS, when we start getting to further spots along the line, maybe we'll see a change. But for right now, you're wrong. And guess who's right? This kid. Because he's also the best in the world. Moving on. All right, guys. Now we're covering Cardano because we want to know what's going on in the future of smart contracts. Cardano falls today to about 267 as the smart contracts hit a roadblock. Now, what is that roadblock, you might wonder? Well, all over the internet the other day, MinSwap started to have a fail because, according to the Ethereum guys, Cardano only allows one transaction per block. So, the price of Cardano's native token ADA failed to continue its rally and is now down by almost 15% from the all-time high. At 9:45 UTC, ADA ranked third by market capitalization, was down more than 9% over the past 24 hours. That also means that ADA is now in the red over the past 7 days with a drop of 4%, and that is a time to get in right now because you're being lied to and you're being deceived by the Ethereum people because they don't want people moving over to this other network. That's what's going on. Here we go. Despite early excitement surrounding Cardano's smart contract enabling Alonzo upgrade, a number of users have reported problems with using the first decentralized exchange on the platform, MinSwap. Quick to the comment on the issues were several figures in the Ethereum community, with, for instance, Anthony Sassano, writer for the Daily Gwai newsletter, sharing screenshots of discussions between Cardano community members while commenting that ADA fanboys are finally discovering that you can't peer review your way out of fundamental issues. And this was roundly shared throughout Telegram all through the weekend. According to the screenshots taken from the Cardano subreddit, one user claimed he was unable to make any swaps on the DEX. To this, others replied that this is due to a fundamental issue with Cardano. Who was doing that? The Ethereum guys. And that the UTXO, the unspent transaction output model, the blockchain uses, can only handle one transaction per block. That's important. Put a pin in that because we're getting to it. Meanwhile, in an attempt to refute some of the allegations that have been made against the platform, Cardano developers from Input Output also took to Twitter to publish a thread on Sunday where it took aim at what it called outright FUD and misinformation surrounding Cardano's smart contract functionality. And in it, they quote, "And to be clear, dApps are not limited to one transaction per block. By designing your service or application with multiple UTXOs, you can enforce more parallelism. This is inherent and, we believe, one of the advantages in the eUTXO design as we have implemented it in Plutus." Input Output wrote that the allegations had been made against the platform. The public testing phase for the DEX has now been halted, and users who try to open MinSwap are met with a page saying that the team had to shut down our testnet temporarily and that a post-mortem report and proposed scaling solution will be published in the next few days. So, here's what happened. The simplest way to explain it is the one transaction per block is not really true because what MinSwap was supposed to have done was set the transactions to a bundle process so that all the transactions can go through that one block, but they did not. So they have to rescale what it is that they are doing. So MinSwap is down right now, which is the exchange, by the way. So Cardano's not out of the woods yet, but it's not the problem that you think. So you have Sunday Swap that's coming. You have CADA swap that's coming. There are several swaps that are going to be coming. But this is the testing phase. This is why this is happening right now. And as soon as they set the compression to bundled transaction as opposed to single transaction, everything will work just fine. At least that's what we're being told by Input Output. So part of this is a programming problem and a programming challenge because the people from Ethereum that are upset that are moving over to Cardano, they're having a trouble with the programming language, which I believe is called Plutus. So they're dealing with their own issues of how they're programming things the way that they think it should work as opposed to the way that it actually works. And that's creating a little bit of bottleneck. So we're going to see it fixed in the next couple days. We're going to see some clear transactions, some easy usage, which we were still seeing. We were just seeing some people that were out of the bundle having to wait to make a transaction, and that will be fixed shortly. When it is, I will let you know, and we'll be on our way, because Cardano is faster, Cardano is smoother, Cardano is better than Ethereum. It is a fact. It's a mathematical fact even. So you can like it, you can don't like it, but until Ethereum makes their upgrade, a full ETH 2.0 upgrade, then Cardano, it's going to be the future. Moving on. All right, guys, is Solana the real Ethereum killer? Now, for several days, you've been hearing me talk about Cardano as the Ethereum killer, and I don't think it's a killer, by the way, at all. I think Ethereum still has a big run to go, and that it's going to be just fine. But what I do think is that in the smart contract era, when we are now getting priced out of the market because of the boom of NFTs, that there has to be some give. And that give is coming in Cardano, and it's coming in Solana. So is Solana the real Ethereum killer? Price is up an extraordinary 40 times over 12 months, and it's not all hype. There's some brilliant technology behind this exceptional surge. Solana came from virtually nowhere to number 8 in the crypto market cap rankings in the blink of an eye in February. Solana was ranked number 42 with a market cap of around 34 billion. It shouldered past Polkadot, USD Coin, and Uniswap in the last few weeks and looks to be on an absolute tear. The price is up 40-fold in the last 12 months, from $3.50 to $140 last week. Today, it's trading at 181 as of this video. It's been billed as the real Ethereum killer, Cardano and Polkadot being two other contenders for this title, and with good reason. Here's why there's so much excitement about Solana. While the Bitcoin blockchain can handle about 7 transactions per second, Ethereum can handle 30, and Solana, wait for it, around 65,000 a second. By way of comparison, Visa card is reputed to be able to handle 24,000 a second, but these transactions only settle several days afterwards, meaning the actual transfer of funds from one bank to another is delayed. Solana settles in real time in fractions of a second. Ethereum is undergoing a major upgrade called ETH 2.0 to improve its transaction speed and reduce cost, and the next target is to reach 100,000 transactions per second, but it's still a long way from that. There's a great article in MoneyWeb that tells you exactly about Solana, but here's what matters. Solana right now has launched a large NFT market. The NFT market is not a smart contract. So far, it looks like there is a beta in which smart contracts are being tested that will not be released until March of 2022, which is going to align, allegedly, with ETH 2.0. So when I keep telling you that Cardano is going to be the future, I'm not undervaluing Solana, and I'm not saying that Ethereum is not going to be around and is not going to be the big dog. What I'm saying is, very simply, smart contracts still matter, even if the NFT market is blowing up. And for people to make tokens and for people to create use cases and new ventures, there has to be a place where they can go where their token can be traded at a reasonable price. And right now, the price at Ethereum is absolutely 100% unreasonable. Last night, as I was trying to make a transaction, it was $180. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Especially if you consider most people are making a transaction, by the way, in the amount of $100 to $300. That's the average transfer. So you're spending as much money to buy into something and buy out of something as you are in the investment itself. And that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. So what's going to happen is Cardano is going to take over some of these smart contracts around September 12th when the release happens. When that release is done and it's completed, then you'll start to see some migration over. You'll see some NFTs move over. There'll be a lot of things that happen on the 12th. And you will also see a little bit less congestion on the Ethereum network because Solana and Cardano are going to pick up slack. And hopefully, it's going to bring your prices down just a little bit. That's the goal. That's what should be able to happen. That's what we're looking for. And that's what we're pressing for. Moving on. All right, Keanu Inu Faithful, you're trading at 83.58. That's up 5% on the day. But going back to Friday, that is down about 6%. So, guys, we're going to have to pick that up if we're going to compete with the big dogs. I know this was a difficult weekend for everybody involved because the market started booming. There were a lot of different things that were going on. Speaking of which, the shill for 2 trill winner was Andy Noags. Please check your email, Andy, if you are watching, to accept your prize of 2 trillion Keanu, and good job. Also, there is a partnership happening with Starlight Children's Foundation with Keanu. The recent partnership with Starlight US serves a noble cause of delivering happiness to seriously ill children. A video game system has been designed with the Keanu Inu logo, and it's been given to a New Orleans Children's Hospital. And guys, charity is what it's all about. It's how you make the world a better place. So get your Keanu, donate to charity, and everything's going to be all right. I read that in lyrics somewhere. But guys, it's a very important thing that you do. Charity is so important. And thank you to swapzone.io for the post and pointing it out for everyone. Moving on. Hokk what's going on, guys? Hope you had a good weekend. You're down to 78.59. That's treading even with yesterday, but that's down a little bit over the Friday. That's down about 15%. So it's definitely going to need to pick up a little bit in the next couple days. However, a note from the developers, everyone, we have been working on the BSC contract for the last few days. We've relaunched BSC Hokk with a new contract, as the previous one had a bug causing use to stop trades temporarily. This is an in-between relaunch, so everything can fill their bags or sell depending on the direction which they choose to take. BSC Hokk has the same supply, and you should have been already airdropped the same number of coins you had previously. Please use the new contract address, and this is available in Telegram, so you can use the new contract address to make your trades on Pancake Swap. Also, trading is now enabled on PooCoin. No kidding. Look at that. All right, guys. I didn't know they had this, so you taught me something. Guys, big things are happening. Stay faithful to your devs. Let's get that money. Moving on. All right, Sanshu trading at 16.39. Looks like that's down about 19%. There was a sell-off yesterday, so let's go check out why. Because Sanshu had been, through the weekend, flying real high, doing very nice. Dev has pushed update fixing withdrawals from Sanshu wrapped ETH pool. There is an ongoing issue we are currently looking into regarding Uniswap sells of Kibble. For the time being, to avoid losing Kibble, please do not attempt to sell it on Uniswap. Devs have received a donation and are working to get the issue sorted out. Admins will update once it's fixed. Real quick here, Kibble has an emission rate of 40 Kibble per block, has a 5% sell fee, which accumulates during the day at one sell times 5% up to 20%. Max supply is not set and will by the community and governance DOA. However, the minimum that can be is 250. Once we build the ecosystem out there, there will be a burn rate of 19 Kibble per block. Kibble will be burnt when being used in lotteries, payments, and other ecosystem games. So guys, there's games coming. There's a whole lot of things that are happening right now. So stay faithful. Understand that this is a glitch in the matrix, so to speak, and everything is going to be just fine. Just give these guys a little time to get it worked out, and you're going to be good to go. Moving on. Floki Vikings. What is going on, guys? You're trading at 14.12. That's down 27.92% in the 24-hour window. But if you go back here and you look over the weekend window, you are trading about even. So that means that the high was 2,240. You know, this is one of those places where you are reasonably able to play a dip if you are in trading. I'm not recommending it, by the way, but it is a place where it is possible for you to play a dip and make yourself some day-to-day money in the Floki universe. However, let's point out there's a couple of pinned messages that we're going to talk about here. A reminder, today at 6 p.m. UTC, we'll be joining an AMA with Infinity Gains. Our Floki Valhalla champions, Mr. Brown Whale and Jackie, will join Infinity Gains to discuss Valhalla and our NFT gaming metaverse and what it means to the future of Floki. We're super excited for this AMA, as Infinity Gains is a top AMA group with an experienced audience with deep pockets. It's not easy to get an AMA with Infinity Gains, but we'll be having ours today at 6 p.m. UTC. Make sure you're there, Vikings. This is going to be awesome. Now, Vikings, if you are listening, it is important that you represent during these moments. That's how you get sent. This is one of those things and one of those ways that you continue to move yourself up that chart and continue to get new investors, by showing up and representing. Now, a quick message from B. Dear Vikings, for a very long time we've been emphasizing how Floki is going to be the top dog alongside Doge and above Shiba due to a very strong reason. For those who are purely meme focused and who might not care about fundamentals, Floki is the name of Elon Musk's dog, and Elon has a clear obsession with the Vikings, and we are Vikings. I've been monitoring swaps of other tokens to Floki lately, and something stands out. A lot of SHIB holders are swapping their SHIB tokens to Floki. This makes sense. Floki isn't just Elon's dog, but has a partnership with his brother Kimball's project, and all their tweets show how much Kimball and his people love us. They have already welcomed us to the family, want to grow with us, and love our amazing community. The SHIB Army is realizing this too, and we'd happily welcome them. I'm making this post for two reasons. One, I want you to realize how early you are into Floki. Don't take this opportunity for granted because you're so damn early and lucky. The real question, though, is this. Are you just a moon boy, moon gal, or do you have the diamond hands required to reach Valhalla? Two, I made a post about Shiba holders flocking to Floki on Young Prep Pro. There's a Twitter. By the way, you can check this out in Telegram. Go show that post some love by liking, retweeting, and making a comment inviting holders of SHIB, Doge, and other top meme dog coins to Floki. We want to see more of these swaps. So guys, you've got people who are in these big dog coins moving your way, and that is absolutely awesome. So keep doing what you're doing, guys. I know there's a little dip right now, but it looks like it's going to be temporary, just like every dip is with Floki. Moving on. Saitama Wolfpack, what is going on, guys? You have got big things happening after big things happening after big things happening after big things happening. Trading at 2209, which is up 32% to 24 hours ago, and you are up almost 100% to the last update that I gave you guys, which had you trading at about 1200. So what is it that's going on in the Saitamaverse? Money. It's just money. If I'm looking here, everybody is on Twitter shilling this product. I see a lot of people working on Steph Curry's posts since he has decided to get himself into the cryptoverse. Max is working on a website. If anyone has problems getting on the Saitama website, that's the reason. It's being worked through. And if you take a moment to go over to the Telegram, you are going to see that, excuse me, Saitamask, which is the app for Saitama Inuverse, you're going to have Saita Social, an edutainment center, a Saita Market, a Saita Maker, which is the NFT cards for the NBA, and then you have Saitama Gaming Studios and the partnerships there. Plus you have partnerships right now with the NBA Retired Players Association, Netflix, ESPN, and Blaze. So guys, I would be going up too if I had this many partnerships and I had this many things going on all at once. So guys, we'll see you on the moon. Moving on. Guys, in the Kishu verse, there is a consolidation happening, and you guys are down 13.77% in your trading to 60.46. And if I go back to the third, right around post time here, you guys are trading at around 7,500. So that's a big dip. Hope you guys are going to eat that up real quickly. If you guys are interested in an update on what is going on completely in the Kishu verse, the KTS series on YouTube, which you should go look up, has an update on what is going on with Kishu Inu and a listing on Binance, KuCoin, and Huobi. Plus, there's a whole lot more information that's available to you if you go check them out. All I am is just the cover guy. They've got their own stuff going on, and you should go check it out. Also, check out their Telegram, because the updates on Kishu Crate are happening there as well. Moving on. All right, StarLink trading at 1662, which is dead even on the 24-hour window, but it is down a little bit since the 3rd. And what's going on here? Well, it looks like a little bit of consolidation. This is some up and down action that you see as an accumulation. And if you're looking with your chart lines, you are going to see a little bit of accumulation. And the channel that has formed leads you to believe that they are on the major upswing. Now, over the weekend, some things happened. They are now announcing a partnership with Scott Brown of Wormbite. And if we go take a look at Scott Brown, he is a video game title producer of Dragons and Titans, which is a MOBA game. He also is part of the Lego universe, which is really awesome. And I hope that he's going to bring some innovative design and some elements to this game, which I am super excited for. He was also the creator of Jumpgate. This is a little bit dated, but if we go take a look at Wormbite Studios, The Ashes of Oahu, Dragons and Titans, Dragon Wings, Dragon Clicker. I think this guy likes dragons, and that is pretty awesome. An open world post-apocalyptic RPG shooter. Guys, when I tell you that Starlink Metaverse is going to be amazing, I mean it is going to be amazing. I cannot wait myself to get in on the alpha at some point, but seriously, it's going to be a great game. You guys should check it out. In the meantime, trading seems to just be a nice accumulation. The chart looks good. The chart is pointing to success. But just like everybody else, we're all sitting here behind Ethereum wondering about the massive amount of fees. Moving on. Shiba, on Friday, I gave you props. You were finally up. You were up 3%, and that 3% is now gone. You're down 7% in the 24-hour trading. And it looks like on the 3rd, when we were having this conversation, you guys were trading at about 718. So you're down to 67.58, which puts you down about 8% since that moment we had that discussion where I recognized it. And guys, I don't know what the reason is. I don't know what's going on over there. I assume everything is good, but people are getting a little bit antsy with all of the Ethereum fees. So tough it out. Be faithful to your product, guys. I don't have much to say about you other than I expect good things to happen, but it's going to take a little bit of time for the fees and the situation with Ethereum to get worked out before everything gets back to normal. Moving on. All right, guys, I don't want to get off of the rant here, but the NFT market has exploded. And because that NFT market exploded, and because most of the original places that started their NFT market started on Ethereum because Ethereum is the place to go, it has created an enormous amount of issues with gas fees and the cost of just doing a transaction, and has virtually priced everybody out of the Ethereum market except for the people who are making massive or very long-term purchases. And that is affecting the average day trader, swing trader, or nervous sentiment person who just absolutely, for whatever reason, cannot wait and show a little patience on a product. And you know what? If you get wrecked, you get wrecked. That's the way this market is. That's the way things are. But you should know that all is not lost. At the end of this long and winding mountain, we will start going downhill at some point. And Solana, if that's any indication, is going to help in that, because they just launched a huge NFT platform. Cardano is launching a huge NFT platform, and Cardano is also going to have smart contracts, which are going to be enabled still on September 12th. And that, guys, is less than a week away. So what you're experiencing right now is a little bit of pain, but that pain is about to start to go away. On the 12th, what you're probably going to see is a massive influx in fees, but you're also going to see that happen because people are transferring themselves over to a new network, because Ethereum at its current level is just operating as a problem. So it has to be fixed. We have to do something about it, and the only way to fix it for the moment is to get off of this chain and get onto a chain that can support what it is that you want to do. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to do that. Once they do that, once the moves have been made, then the next step is very simple: to watch the fees start to go down. This will start to regulate itself in very short order because it's not sustainable. So Cardano will pick up some people, Solana will continue to pick up some people, the NFT markets will start to move over to those, because nobody wants to pay $1,000 just to interact with OpenSea. It's just not worth it. And if it is worth it, if you spend $1,000 on a $10,000 NFT and you can only sell it later for $10,000, you've lost $1,000. It's just math. The important thing is stay faithful, understand that you're just going through a little bump in the road, and that the resolution is coming very shortly. Guys, that's all my time. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. Let's all have a good day.
I've been around since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarettes.